the touch of your lips, dear, but much more for the touch of your whips, dear. You can raise welts like nobody else as we dance to the masochism tango.
All right, welcome everybody to Hourgasm. This is the podcast where we talk about decolonizing sexuality and gender. I am Lynsey G, and I use she, her, or they, them pronouns.
And I am Lenny Peppers. I use she, her pronouns.
So thank you for joining us this week, everybody. We are going to dig our hands into a very messy topic, and that topic is periods. So we're going to get down and dirty, but I think before we do that, Lenny, if you would like, you may take it away.
Yeah. So in this podcast, we use the heteronormative terms of gender binary of men and women under the understanding that there are agender, androgynous, bigender, pangender, and gender fluid norms that exist outside of cisnormativity. While we tend to use male and female as shorthand, this is not meant to undermine the very serious role of colonization and violence against two-spirit and non-conforming individuals. Even more so, this is not meant to obscure the reality that two-spirit and non-conforming people are the most likely to experience sexual violence, as we have mentioned in earlier episodes. We do not believe in the gender binary without fluidity, which is a Euro-Western construct that forced a strict gender division on our societies, which itself is a form of violence.
Indeed. So with all of that out of the way and the slight bummer of the ending there, maybe we should come with a slightly more uplifting way of ending that spiel.
Nah, I don't think so. It's a bummer, and people need to realize that.
Yeah, a lot of what we talk about on the podcast is a bummer.
Yeah.
And I don't apologize for that, because we're also pretty funny. So, we try our best to keep it light, but also to not shrink away from the worst stuff. And on that note, I want to start this podcast where we're talking about periods and menstruation by talking about the word menstruation and the word menarche. Because
okay.
I think that menarche, which for anyone who does not know, is the term that is used to describe a person's first period. So the first menstrual cycle is called menarche. And I think that menarche is like the worst word. Like, I can't think of any word that makes me more uncomfortable than menarche.
I think we need to make a better word.
Me too. I have no ideas right now, though. I think the thing that bothers me, well, okay, I don't like the way that menarche is spelled. It's menarche. Like, what even is that? Where did that come from? What language gave birth to this horrible word? And why does it sound so much like monarchy? But it's like the opposite of monarchy.
It's so weird. And there are lots and lots of, I mean, other people have made lots and lots of other words for all of this. And I'm going to give you some of those right now.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. Visit from Aunt Flo.
Yes.
I remember hearing that one when I was in middle school, and I thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. I always envisioned Aunt Flo being this Karen-y person even back then. But the weird thing was Aunt Flo is totally a negative.
Yeah, and the idea that Aunt Flo is necessarily an auntie that you don't like because
yeah,
there's misogyny all over it. But I kind of like to picture Aunt Flo as a nice pampering kind of auntie. Maybe with bright red hair, and she brings you chocolate and warm beverages and pats you on the back.
Like that Indian auntie who always calls you my girl. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Then there is On the Rag.
Oh God, that one bothers me. I don't know why exactly, but it grosses me out. There's the way that it's said. I think every time I've heard someone say that, it's rarely that you hear it from like a female identified person who is like talking about it in a nice way. It's usually from like some dude who's like trying to explain why a woman is being hysterical.
Yeah. Or, someone vulgar like me who wakes up feeling like I have a hangover and I'm like, I'm on the rag. And then like
yeah, it's never
stumble to the bathroom and yeah, okay. Lady business.
That, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that.
I do too.
In the same way that I have mixed feelings about like quote unquote lady parts, because it's not necessarily a lady thing. There are a lot of people who have periods and have those parts who are not women, number one. But it like, I guess maybe a little bit depending on who's saying it, it feels really patronizing to me.
It does. I actually hate it worse than on the rag. Okay. Here's some more. That time of month, because we can't talk about it, right? We gotta code it like it's that time of month.
Yeah, and put big air quotes around it.
Yeah. The red badge of courage. A little bit more uplifting.
I kind of like that one. It is a courageous undertaking. I'm not gonna lie. It can get scary. And I feel like we should promote that facet of menstruation. Like, anyone who doesn't menstruate, if you woke up in a puddle of your own blood without any warning, you would think that you were dying and you'd probably freak out and like scream a lot. But it happens to people who menstruate like pretty often. We're pretty hardcore, and I think we do deserve badges for it.
Also, I think that like we just should get badges for knowing how to get, blood out of 100% Egyptian cotton sheets.
Well, speak for yourself. I don't have fancy sheets, but I do know how to get blood out of a lot of things.
Yeah, me too. And it's not just because, I also have children, and it's knowing how to get blood out of things comes in handy when you have children. They
True.
bleed all over the place. I'm just going to leave that one there for people to ponder. There is also Crimson Tide.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Checking into the Red Roof Inn.
I've not heard that one.
I have never heard that one either. I love this one. It is a Game of Thrones reference. The Red Wedding.
Yes.
Yeah, last week was the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
I'm just going to talk about it like that from now on.
That really brings home like the brutality of it. The awfulness of it. I think it's very fitting.
Okay, now we're going back to like really bad ones that I hate. Girl flu.
What? That's bullshit. What, you know what that is? Okay, I am spouting off of the mouth. I don't know if this is true, but you know how like fairly recently anyway, the term man flu has become a thing, which is basically making fun of men who like can't deal with being a little bit sick and everything becomes the man flu and they're like helpless. I feel like the girl flu is probably like a backlash to that because men can't deal with the fact that they're babies about things sometimes. Because I'm sorry, if you can get yourself out of bed and go to work during your period when you feel awful, you want to kill everybody and you want to eat everything, I think you deserve a medal. You do not deserve to be patronized for that.
Yeah. Like a red badge of courage.
Exactly.
No, but it's true. Not only do we call it a girl flu, but periods are often like poo-pooed by doctors. Like there's actual women are put in danger by doctors either saying, oh, you're probably just having your period and overlooking real things.
Right.
Or just saying, oh, it's just their period. Their period is like signifying that something really terrible is happening with people's bodies, you know?
Right. It's relatively normalized, and I think that in the medical and like holistic healing communities, there's a lot of argument right now going on about how much pain and discomfort is actually okay for people while they're having their period. Like if you have too much pain, is there something wrong? So I don't really know what the truth is there, but like periods are normally pretty uncomfortable, right? There is pain, there's bloating, there's fatigue, there's cramping that goes along with it, and that's like pretty much normal. But there are a lot of people that experience excruciating pain during their period.
Oh yeah,
and that should not be considered normal. Like there should at least be some real inquiry going on into how to help those people.
Absolutely. And the fact that we're sitting here asking how much pain is okay is a problem in itself.
Right. Very good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a TikTok thing. I don't have sources for this. I'm just going to put that right up front. But last week I saw a TikTok video that was going around where this guy with a lovely Scottish accent, I think it was Scottish, was talking about how he had just discovered that the amount of pain experienced by some people during a period is comparable to the pain experienced by someone having a heart attack. And this guy was like, I will never make fun of women for complaining about their periods again. And, he was like saluting people for dealing with it. And again, I don't really know how true that is, but like that is an enormous amount of pain. And it's not okay to just undermine it and make it sound like it's something silly that we complain about too much.
Absolutely. I'm one of those people who, when I do have periods, because I am getting older and I don't have them as often as I used to. But when I do have them, I'm like curled up in a ball somewhere in the house, like in pain. And then in enough pain that where I can't have conversations. Sometimes I'm just gasping for breath, and sometimes I'm just counting the minutes until like I'm not in pain anymore. Yeah.
Ugh, that's awful.
Yeah, and so it needs to be taken seriously. That's why girl flu just enrages me.
Yeah, I do not like that one.
Yeah. Some other ones, I'll just go through a few of them. Carrie.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Mother Nature's gift.
Oh, how sweet. Thank you, Mother Nature.
The Red Baron. This one is my new favorite, Riding the Cotton Pony.
All right, yeah, that's pretty cute.
And, of course, Shark Week.
Yes, Shark Week. That's one of my favorites. Because it's like fun, and it does kind of get the seriousness of the situation across without making it like too graphic or upsetting.
Have you ever seen a shark horror movie?
Actually, you know what? It's been a while.
Or have you watched any shows during Shark Week?
Oh. No, I actually never have. I've never watched Shark Week.
Okay, well, they are graphic and gory, and whenever I say Shark Week, I think of how gory and graphic, like all of the stuff from that is.
Okay, well, we have different ideas about that. The way that I came to call it that was there was like a meme that somebody made. Oh God, I think it was there was like an infographic about maybe it was like the nervous system of a shark or some part of the shark anatomy looks very much the same as the female reproductive system when you look at them from a certain angle. And so somebody said that because they look so much alike, we should call it Shark Week. And I was like, okay, I can work with that. I'll see if I can find that meme. I'm sure it's still out there somewhere. Maybe I can put it in the show notes. But the one thing that really annoyed me about it was that instead of calling it like the female reproductive system, the person who made the meme labeled it like, it was like female vagina or something. And I'm like, dude, no, a uterus is not a vagina. Ovaries are not a vagina. They're different parts. Oh, it drives me nuts.
But the thing is like nobody wants to say menarche and nobody wants to say menstruation. And that's why like we have to keep making up these like really